Today I want to show you guys how to change the battery in the Gateway CX210X model TA6 executive stylus made by FinePoint, also known as a FinePoint digitizer. It is the same type of stylus that's found in many of the Gateway convertible PCs, but this one specifically came out of the CX210X. So this stylus has been sold to consumers as one that does not have a replaceable battery, and you've been told that you need to just buy a new one to once this thing stops working. But at $50 or more a piece, that gets pretty expensive. So I want to show you guys how to actually change the battery out so you can keep getting years of use out of them. So first off, if you just try pulling on the cap here, you'll be met with a lot of resistance. The cap is glued on right here where my index finger is touching all the way around. So if you take a lighter and very briefly warm up the collar of the stylus and pull at the same time on the cap, then you can very easily remove this cap. But you want to be careful not to deform the black plastic cap here. Now there's a hole at the top of the cap here that you should loop some thread through to pull on it so as not to burn yourself while warming up the collar here. Once that's off, you'll see that there is a spring, and now that this one's been removed, it comes off with a little bit of mild force. Here's the cap. Here's a spring. If you just push down on the spring, it will come out of this hook mechanism that holds it against the battery. Now, you can pull the battery out. Now, this one comes out a lot easier now that it's been disassembled in the past. The first time, it's fairly difficult to come out because it's got a black sleeve around it that holds it in tight. What you can do is take a knife and at this slit here, angle the knife upward and just push the battery out that way. That comes out fairly easy that way. As far as the sleeve is this LR 55659 model. It's just a fit to keep the battery, which is bare, from contacting the metal side of the stylus. I did put a slit down this for better form and function with the newer replacement batteries, as it's fairly tight fitting. Now when you put the new battery in, remember to put this over the hook mechanism and around the battery. The replacement battery that you'll want is a quadruple A. Here's one manufacturer of it, Sanic, which is a nickel metal hybrid, also known as a 4/5, excuse me, quadruple A, 1.2 volt, 300 milliamp. You can get these for about $350 at a Batteries Plus, up to about $6 at Radio Shack and some other places online. Once you have your battery out, you can test it with a voltmeter to see if it's no longer holding a charge, or if you actually have something wrong with the internal workings of the stylus. The interesting thing about this battery is that this nipple end, which is normally down in the stylus this way, is actually negative, unlike a replacement battery that you may buy, which the nipple end is positive. So remember when you're replacing these to reverse the directions so that the polarity remains the same. Once you have your replacement battery, just slide your black sleeve over the battery. Make sure that your hook mechanism goes underneath the sleeve. Push the battery and the sleeve back down. Reinstall your spring. And then your cap will just push back on. And that's it. You've replaced the battery on your very expensive stylus, even though Gateway said you couldn't.